Welcome to the show. As further evidence of the vitriol between political sides, there was a shooting this week at a congressional baseball team practice. Ron, please tell us your thoughts on this. Will this tragedy finally encourage the political population to start working together?
I was very shocked to hear of a shooting that took place with a congressional practice for a baseball game. The GOP was having practice for a game that'll be held later this week. But what I was really glad to hear, as the reports generated through the day, was to hear the president come on and say the positive things in a tone that was very appeasing to the American people. I think he handled himself extremely well. Not too much later on, the Speaker of the House came on, and the Speaker of the House gave a tone that attacked upon one American is attacked upon all. And right after he came on was the minority whip of the House, or minority leader of the House, Nancy Pelosi, who gave an equal salute to the Speaker of the House for what he said, and said herself that this is something I haven't said enough over my career, that she agreed with what the Speaker of the House said. With that kind of dialogue, I think that could be the beginning of a different era in national politics.
Ron, I guess one of the questions I have is these people who represent us are used to bashing and beating up each other.
Yeah.
Okay? They're used to having the microphones in front of their face. Where I think society has had to disconnect is now we are engaging social media. We have the news outlets banging these drums, and it's getting louder and louder, and people are starting to take everything as gospel as what's being said. And I was impressed, not because I was a Trump supporter from what Trump said, but as an American. Okay, I'm not sure if this doesn't qualify as his Bush moment with a megaphone on top of a pile of rubble. Okay, but he's calling for us to try to unify. I was encouraged by what Nancy Pelosi said and by what Paul Ryan said, that we need to unify. But it's not just the people who serve us in DC. It's all of us. It's our Facebook posts. It's comedians, it's actors. All of us need to just take the knob on the volume and turn it from 10, and let's take it down to 2 or 3. Okay? Let's make it so people who are in the room with us can hear us talk and not see what we're brandishing. Let's be a team. Let's join together. And as a country, as a unit, we can solve our nation's problems that are in front of us. But until we start to work together, we're never going to solve a thing.
Yeah, social media, you're right on with the messaging that's being put out there from one party versus the other. It's, especially for our youth, very confusing to grow up around. Ken, what are your thoughts?
So we are in a very divisive time. I think that's the word, divisive. And I have seen this tension growing and growing ever since Trump won the election. And now I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. All right, but I have been very concerned by a lot of things that the Democrats have done, a lot of things the Democrats have said, but I've also been very concerned about a lot of things the Republicans have said and done as well. And I think that until we stop attacking each other for our political views, that I just see it getting worse. I hope I'm wrong on that, but we have to at some point realize it's okay for someone to disagree with your opinion. It is okay for someone to have a different political view than you. I see, Republicans and Democrats attacking each other verbally, and then you read stories about it becoming physical, and it's terrifying. And this is really being the culmination of it. And I hope it stops here. I really hope it stops here.
Does that mean that there has to be an art of compromise? That we can't be hardliners on our positions? And we don't compromise?
But it doesn't mean that there has to be an art of compromise.
Why?
It means we have to have an art of listening. We need to start to listening to what your opinions are, which are different than
And
mine.
still do what you was going to do.
We'll
think-
learn to compromise by listening and understanding your
I
position.
think Henry's trying to compromise when you're compromised proposal.
But the real thing is, you said it was when Trump was elected. It goes back to hanging chads.
It does.
Okay, and the not accepting George Bush as president, and then it became the Republican side saying, well, Barack Obama's not my guy. We've had, since this new millennium has dawned on us, a lot of contention, and it's been ratcheted up with social media. So where we can fix the problem is in our own homes. We talked about other things that go on in society, about artwork and someone holding a head, a play. Let's move beyond that. Let's be smart, and let's be about what we do.
Well, Henry, that and all members of the panel, I think that was a very poignant conversation. So thank you for all of your input. And that's going to do it for this segment. Up next, our panel will take a closer look at James Comey and his congressional testimony. We're back in 3 minutes.